Episode title, A Shift in Power, the Supreme Court's Impact on Presidential Authority. Intro music, midnight to 0:30. Host, welcome to Law and Order, a podcast exploring the intricacies of the American justice system. I'm your host, Naeem. Today, we're discussing a critical issue that has far-reaching implications for the balance of power in the United States. The Supreme Court has been criticized for overextending presidential power, leaving many to wonder if the nation's highest court has turned the concept of "we the people" on its head. Joining me is Victoria Norse, a renowned expert on constitutional law. Welcome, Victoria. Segment 1, Introduction and Context, 0:30 to 5 o'clock. Victoria Norse, thank you for having me. The Supreme Court's recent decisions have indeed raised concerns about the expansion of presidential power. The concept of "we the people" is rooted in the idea that power belongs to the citizens, not the government. However, the court's actions suggest a shift in this balance, with the president gaining more authority at the expense of congressional and judicial oversight. Host, that's a fascinating perspective. Can you elaborate on the specific decisions that have led to this shift? Victoria Norse, certainly. The court's rulings on issues like executive privilege, national security, and regulatory authority have all contributed to an expansion of presidential power. For example, the court has upheld the president's ability to unilaterally withdraw from international agreements, despite congressional objections. This sets a disturbing precedent, as it allows the president to act without checks or balances. Segment 2, Analysis and Implications, 5 to 1500 hours. Host, that's a troubling development. How does this impact the system of checks and balances that is supposed to prevent any one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Victoria Norse, the system of checks and balances is designed to ensure that power is distributed evenly among the branches of government. However, the court's decisions have effectively created a framework where the president can act with impunity, without fear of reprisal from Congress or the judiciary. This undermines the very foundation of our democracy, which is built on the principle of accountability and representation. Host, what are the potential consequences of this shift in power? How might it affect the average American citizen? Victoria Norse, the implications are far-reaching. An empowered presidency can lead to a lack of transparency and accountability, as well as a disregard for the rule of law. This can result in policies that benefit special interests at the expense of the general public. Furthermore, it can also lead to an erosion of civil liberties and individual rights, as the president may feel emboldened to act unilaterally without considering the consequences. Segment 3, Conclusion and Call to Action, 15 to 2000 hours. Host, Victoria, what can be done to address this issue and restore the balance of power in the government? Victoria Norse, it's essential for citizens to remain vigilant and engaged in the democratic process. We must demand that our elected representatives hold the president accountable for their actions. Additionally, the judiciary must reaffirm its commitment to upholding the Constitution and protecting the rights of all citizens. Ultimately, it is up to "we the people" to ensure that our government truly represents our interests and values. Host, thank you, Victoria, for shedding light on this critical issue. It's clear that the Supreme Court's decisions have significant implications for the future of American democracy. Outro music, 20 to 2030. Host, that's all for today's episode. Join us next time on Law and Order as we continue to explore the complexities of the American justice system.